So, in the last lecture, we have learned the definition of Laplace transform and how to find the Laplace transform of some functions. So, today we will see few more examples and then proceed to the properties of Laplace transform. Okay. Let's take example. Find the Laplace transform of the function ft equal to sine at. So, as you know that sine and cosine function can be written in the form of exponential function. So, we can write sine at as e raised to the power I at minus e raised to the power minus I at by 2i. Now, by applying the formula of Laplace transform, we can easily find the Laplace transform of sine at. So, we get 1 upon 2i into Laplace transform of e raised to the power I at minus Laplace transform of e raised to the power minus I at. In the earlier lecture, we learned how to find the Laplace transform of e raised to the power at. In the similar manner, we will apply the formula, that is integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st into e raised to the power I at to first and integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st into e raised to the power minus I at to second part. On applying formula, we get 1 upon 2i into 1 upon s minus ia minus 1 upon s plus ia. Simplifying it as 1 upon 2i s plus ia minus s plus ia by s square plus a square. S and minus s cancel out. Ia and ia become 2ia. 2i cancel out and we get Laplace transform of sine at, which is a upon s square plus a square. Now take the next example. Find the Laplace transform of cos at. In the similar fashion as we have solved in the earlier one, we can also write cos at in the form of exponential function as e to the power I at plus e to the power minus I at by 2. And now apply the Laplace transform. 1 upon 2 integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st into e raised to the power I at plus integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st into e raised to the power minus I at. On solving, we get 1 upon 2 in bracket 1 upon s minus ia plus 1 upon s plus ia. Simplify it as 1 upon 2 s plus ia plus s minus ia by s square plus a square. Ia and minus ia cancel out. S and s becomes 2s. 2 and 2 cancel out. We get s upon s square plus a square. So the Laplace transform of cos at we get as s upon s square plus a square. Please note that these examples which we are doing here and in the earlier lectures are very important ones. I advise you to note down the results of these in a separate page as we are solving it. It will be useful to you later on. Take the next example. Find the Laplace transform of ft equal to sine hyperbolic at. Hyperbolic function of sine can also be written in the form of exponential function as sine hyperbolic at is equal to e to the power at minus e to the power minus at by 2. Now apply the Laplace transform to e to the power at and e to the power minus at as earlier one. We get the Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at as a upon s square minus a square. Note down that the Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at we get as a upon s square minus a square. Whereas for simple sine at we get as a upon s square plus a square. Okay, so keep it in the mind and note down the result in separate sheet or page which will be helpful to you. On the similar fashion as we have done earlier, we can find the Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at as s upon s square minus a square by using the relation between cos hyperbolic at and exponential function as cos hyperbolic at equal to e to the power at plus e to the power minus at by 2. Now apply the Laplace transform to e to the power at and e to the power minus at. On solving, and we get the Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at equal to s upon s square minus a square. Now, in a nutshell, quickly recap the Laplace transform we have learned till now. Laplace transform of e to the power at equal to 1 upon s minus a. Laplace transform of t raised to the power n equal to n factorial by s to the power n plus 1. Laplace transform of 1 equal to 1 upon s. Laplace transform of sine at equal to a upon s square plus a square. Laplace transform of cos at equal to s upon s square plus a square. Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at equal to a upon s square minus a square. Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at equal to s upon s square minus a square. Okay, so now take another example. Find the Laplace transform of the function ft equal to sin t into cos t. Now this is a little bit complex one. Okay, so we can write sin t into cos t as 1 by 2 sin 2t. From the trigonometric relationship, sin 2t equal to 2 times sin t into cos t. So sin t into cos t can be written as 1 by 2 sin 2t. So finding the Laplace transform of 1 by 2 sin 2t, directly we know that the Laplace transform of sin at, which is a by s square plus a square. So here substitute the value of a equal to 2, put the value, we get 1 by 2 into 2 by s square plus 2 square, that is 1 by s square plus 4. So simply by remembering the Laplace transform of earlier functions and applying it, we can easily find the Laplace transform of more complex functions. Now we will learn the properties of Laplace transform. These properties will make the solution of Laplace transform of various complex functions much easier. So the first property is linearity property, which states that Laplace transform of a into function f1t plus b into function f2t is equal to a into capital F1s plus b into capital F2s, where capital F1s and capital F2s are Laplace transform of function f1t and f2t respectively, and a and b are arbitrary constant. Please note that. So now take the proof. Proof is simple. Apply the Laplace transform to a f1t plus b f2t, which is equal to integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st in bracket a f1t plus b f2t dt. Now breaking it into two parts, we can write integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st a f1t dt first part plus integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st b f2t is the second part. Now as a and b are constant, we can take it out of the integral and write as a integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st f1t dt plus b integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st f2t dt. So integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st into f1t dt can be written as Laplace transform of function f1t by definition, and integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus st into f2t dt as Laplace transform of function f2t, which is equal to a into f1s plus b into f2s. So this is how we have proved the linearity property of Laplace transform. Now let's take the another property, first shifting property. So according to the first shifting property, if the Laplace transform of a function ft is equal to capital F of s, then the Laplace transform of e to the power at into ft is equal to capital F of s minus a. Now let's check how we can prove it. By the definition of Laplace transform, e to the power at ft is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st into e to the power at ft dt. Now by combining the exponential term, we can write integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus in bracket s minus a into t ft dt. So by considering s minus a equal to x, we get integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus xt ft dt. By definition, we can write it as capital F of x, or which is not but capital F of s minus a. So this is how we prove the first shifting property. Now, based on the above properties, let's do some example which will clear the concept in a better way. First example, find the Laplace transform of the function ft equal to t t cube into e raised to the power minus 2t. Now let's see the solution. As we know that the Laplace transform of t cube is given by 3 factorial by s to the power 4. Quickly remember what we learned earlier. The Laplace transform of t raised to the power n equal to n factorial by s to the power n plus 1. So here n is 3. So 3 factorial is 3 into 2, that is 6 divided by s to the power 4. Now using the first shifting property we learned above, that is the Laplace transform of e raised to the power at into ft is equal to capital F of s minus a. So by simply using the formula we get the Laplace transform of a function e raised to the power minus 2t into t cube as 6 by s plus 2 raised to the power 4 by substituting a equal to minus 2. So you saw that simply by using the properties of Laplace transform and the Laplace transform of some basic functions we have learned earlier, we can find the Laplace transform of various complicated functions. Let's take another one. Find the Laplace transform of function ft equal to e to the power minus t cos square t. Now for the solution, first of all we need to change the term cos square t into simpler form by using trigonometric relationship. So we know that cos 2t equal to 2 times cos square t minus 1. So we can write cos square t equal to 1 by 2 cos 2t plus 1. Now we can easily find the Laplace transform of cos square t, as we know the Laplace transform of cos 2a and 1. Otherwise it become very complicated to solve the integral of e raised to the power minus st into cos square t. So the Laplace transform of cos 2t we can write as s by s square plus 2 square, that is s by s square plus 4, and the Laplace transform of 1 as 1 by s. So the Laplace transform of cos square t we get as 1 by 2 s by s square plus 4 plus 1 by s. Now we have to find the Laplace transform of e raised to the power minus t cos square t. So by using the first shifting property we learned earlier, we can simply substitute the value of a equal to minus 1. We get 1 by 2 s plus 1 by s plus 1 square plus 4 plus 1 by s plus 1, or simply s plus 1 by 2s square plus 4s plus 10 plus 1 by 2s plus 2. So this is how we can use the properties of Laplace transform or find the Laplace transform of complex functions. In the next lecture we will see some more properties of Laplace transform.